For answering your questions, I would just like to start off and first of all, our thoughts, our prayers, everything is with Coach Jerry Kill. Jerry's been a long time friend of mine, a great friend, great coach, a great person. Know a lot of those individuals on the staff on a personal basis, and you know, Jerry Kill is one of the most first-class individuals that we have in our profession. So thinking about him today and his staff, and I know he's a competitor and a fighter, and he'll be fine. But just wanted to let him know that from Knoxville here, our thoughts and prayers are with him, and also the coaching staff as well. So I know I'll be asked right away. I'm going to save Dustin the question from an injury front. See, we're starting to get on the same page, okay? Stephen Griffin is out. Brett Kendrick will be out. We anticipate Brett with the possibilities of being back next week. Preston Williams will know a little bit more as the week progresses. He is supposed to be out at practice today, so we'll see how practice goes for him. So I'll answer any other questions.
Well, so Jimmy, assuming that means Chance Hall at right tackle and then at right guard, you know anything about Deshaun? Is he going to be ready to go on Saturday?
We'll know more today as well. He had class yesterday, had a couple exams, so we'll know more, but we fully anticipate him being ready to go as well.
Yeah, all three are ready to go. Do you know what you want to do there? Is that a rotation?
I know what we want to do, yes. I'll tell you on Saturday.
Saturday morning. Would you talk a little bit about why you were so effective offensively against Kentucky last year?
Well, we were able to have a great balance. I thought our wide receivers made plays. First and foremost, we were able to catch and advance the football. I thought Josh did a good job of managing the game. We were able to get him involved in the run game. Obviously, Jalen involved in the run game. You know, we created a turnover for momentum and scored 7 points off of that. But that was last year. Both teams are completely different. You know, this is a very talented football team. I think their team has gone through a lot of the growing pains, so to speak, that we have gone through, losing some close games at home and being in positions to win some games. But they're very good defensively. Really good in the back end, very stout up front. Love their linebackers, very active, can run sideline to sideline, and we all know about their offense and how explosive they are. Obviously, Patrick Tolles, we spoke about him on Monday. Great skill around him. Running backs are playing well, big old line, so it's going to be a challenge for us, and being in an SEC environment makes it even that much more, but I know our players are looking forward to it as well, and the opportunity to compete again.
Dustin and Michael Spencer and Seth.
Talking about the offensive line, just how well was this group prepared for the amount of shifting you guys have had to do? I mean, you had a lot of returning starters, you had to move around a lot, so the guys have handled it pretty well.
They've handled it exceptionally well, and that's kind of been the focus. That's kind of been our philosophy since day one, is really trying to get individuals to see, can they play, you know, multiple positions, and the players embraced it. They've done a great job with it, and I think it really shows, you know, with all the injuries and all the moving parts and pieces, particularly that position group, our players have done a great job of handling it. They're playing with a lot of confidence right now. They have high expectations of themselves. So I think that entire group has done a great job with that, because it has been some challenging situations.
Michael and Seth and Troy in the front together.
Coach, looking at the film, what did Dak Prescott do so well for Mississippi State against Kentucky, and how can that translate to what Josh does?
Dak's a great player. He's one of the best quarterbacks in all of the country. He was able to complete the passes, deep balls, intermediate throws, short throws, ability to make plays with his legs, whether it was scrambles or design quarterback runs, and manage the offense and not turn the football over. And he has good players around him, but you know, Dak did a good job of really playing a complete game.
Coach, will Justin Martin start opposite Cam Sutton on Saturday?
As of right now, yes. He is starting right now, and you know, everything is about competition, and both Emmanuel and Justin had good days of practice yesterday, and we need them all. Again, starting is just, we say it all the time, who takes the first rep. But right now, Justin was running with the first team defense yesterday.
Troy up here in the front.
Which Josh has had 2 pretty good games against Kentucky. And what do you remember about those games, and why do you think he's been able to be so effective against them?
Just playing his style of play, being effective, throwing the football, running the football, putting us in the right situations, and being smart with the football. That's first and foremost. It's just being smart with the football, and he's been able to do that. And we're going to need that Saturday night. We're going to need that big time.
Heather and Steve and Jimmy.
Butch, what did you see from your team yesterday out on the practice field? It looked like the mood wasn't the same as Tuesday of last week. And how can you make sure those guys kind of recharge their batteries before going on the road this Saturday?
Well, first of all, quantify the mood difference. We had one of our better Tuesday practices. I thought we were energetic.
Yesterday?
Yes. Everything in football isn't just rah-rah. It's, we start off what you guys see is a walkthrough. So what you guys see is pre-practice. You don't see the guts of practice. I thought we had one of our better practice days. I thought our players came with a mindset, so you're basing it off of what, 12, 15 minutes of pre-practice stuff. So, but I thought we had an energetic practice. I thought our players did some really good things. They understand the standards and expectations. So I thought, walking off the practice field and watching the video last night and this morning, I thought we had a very good day.
Steve and then Jimmy.
You had a couple games this year with teams that had long streaks against Georgia and Florida. Now you're playing Kentucky, where you have a history of a lot of success against them. Does that come up at all when y'all are talking about just to guard against overlooking things, or how much do you bring that up at all?
No, it's all about focusing on the opponent. And this is a new year, and this is a new football team, and they're a new football team, and we can't get ourselves focusing on the past and all that. They're a good football team. We got to focus on the task at hand, and that's the most important.
Jimmy, and then we'll take a few more.
Which, how was George Bullock performing in practice, and would you be confident in him if called upon?
George has done some good things in practice. I think the big thing, not only for him, but our entire specialist, just consistency and performance each and every day. That's the big thing. But George has done some good things, but we have a lot of confidence in Aaron, and we have confidence in George if he's in there as well. And George shows up and he works every day, works his craft, but I think just overall from a specialist group, it's just consistency and performance, day in and day out, kick in and kick out.
Dustin, one or two more.
I don't know if you've asked this. What is Stephen Griffin's injury? Is this something you've been doing all year?
Yeah, it's something he's been battling all year. He sprained his ankle, and then to his credit, really worked his way back and worked very hard and was doing some good things, and then was set back with the same ankle. But he's making progress, but he's not ready to perform at a high level right now against Kentucky, but we anticipate, him being probable for South Carolina. But to his credit, he's working very hard to get himself back.
John Bryce and then Danny.
Back to the kicking situation, Butch, what have you seen out of Aaron this week in terms of both his mental and physical response?
John, I've been watching for that. He's been very, very consistent. He has not missed one kick in practice. He is very, very locked in. You can see he's very intense. And he went back and he studied all his video and looked, and the short range kicks haven't been the problem. It's been the long range kicks, and it's like I've been told, like a golfer. You get up there and you overswing, and now all of a sudden you lose your accuracy. Well, it's the same thing as a kicker, and he's been trying to overswing. His stride has been lengthened with deeper kicks, so we've really tried to go back to that, redefine the fundamentals. But I see a very determined individual, which I knew I would because he's very resilient, and he's had a very good week.
And then Kyle Phillips, I think he's dressed the past couple of games, but maybe not played. Do you expect to have him available, or hope to get him in this week?
Yeah, we really hope to get him some valuable repetitions in the game. We're going to need him in moving forward, and he's to the point now where he's built up the strength in his shoulder. He's been available, but we just didn't want to chance anything. But he's done a great job of rehabbing it, and so we anticipate him playing Saturday night.
Danny Parker in the back.
Coach, you mentioned Evan Berry possibly pushing for playing time and safety, but he is leading the nation right now in kickoff return average, possibly a first-team All-American. Where does he rank among the best kick returners you've had your entire coaching career?
Well, first of all, you know, back at Central Michigan, I want to say our last year we led the country in punt returns. And I want to say we were 22 or 23 yards of punt return. And obviously we had Antonio Brown, and that makes things a little bit easier. But I see the same dynamics in terms of when we had Antonio, and at Cincinnati we made a decision at the end of the year to put Isaiah Peed back there to return punts, and all of a sudden everyone on our team came to us and wanted to be on that unit. And it was the same thing with Antonio Brown. Everybody wanted to have the opportunity to block for him. It's the same thing here. Our players take great pride in our kickoff return. Kentucky is a very good kick coverage team, so it's going to be a challenge. But they accept their role, they embrace their role, and they want to block for him. And I think that speaks volumes. Evan takes his role and his job very, very seriously. He works his craft every day. He studies himself. And a lot of times with being a kick returner, it's a knack, it's a feel. You have to have great instincts to be able to do that. And Evan's able to do that, and we all know he has very, very good speed, that if we get him in the open field, he can take it the distance. But he takes great pride in his performance, and I think, you know, the other 10 individuals around him have really embraced their role as well and want to do well, and it's a unit thing. But Evan brings another dynamic to the table.
Finish with Brent.
Butch, as a follow-up to that, he's not brought a kick out of the end zone this year. I don't think he's caught a kick in the end zone this year.
Yeah.
Would you give him more freedom to maybe bring one out of the end zone and take a chance there as opposed to just taking a touchback?
Yeah, it's based on where the location of the kick is. You know, how deep is it? You usually use the markings of the end zone as kind of a guide for them to make that determination. But we would. There was one kick last week we would have liked for him to bring it out, but also we've coached him if you have any doubt and you're going back. The other thing, that the key to being a great kickoff returner, I've spoke about it a couple times, is the ability to steal 5 yards. You want to have the ability to catch the ball moving forward. If you watch, a lot of individuals will catch the ball and their shoulders or their feet, they step backwards. And so you actually lose time, you lose yardage. What Evan has been able to do is really work on stealing the first 5 yards, of having his shoulders north and south and being able to hit it full stride. A lot of times when the ball is kicked deep in the end zone, you don't have that luxury as well to hit at full speed.
Thank you, everybody. We'll have Alvin Kamara and Jalen Reeves-Maven in a few moments over here for one